Now, when you look at these Jehovah wickedness, you got them joining the UN, which they try to say the UN is the beast, and or the wild beast they call it, and they join in with the peoples. Then you have the founder pretty much was connected to the Amalek, who is the imposters over there in the so-called Holy Land. Then you have Russell. He campaigned for them to go into the Holy Land and buy land, and he made the whole plan for them that they executed in 1948. So they've been always connected to the money. Then when they had the Scientology peoples exposed them in their records for their property that they had that was worth billions of dollars. Then they went to selling this property to Kusher or whatever, the Trump's son-in-law. He bought some property, sold another one to one of these actors. He bought one of their properties for like $300 million or something in that direction. And so they've been selling also hundreds of kingdom halls, trying to downsize or just make some more money. And they pretty much combine congregations and sell off the kingdom hall that is vacant pretty much. So they've been making hand over fist. But when you look in the scriptures, he never said he was coming back for rich people. Now when you go into Psalm 773, it says in verse 12, it says, "Behold, these are the ungodly who prosper in the world. They increase in riches." You see, these people is millionaires. If you got billions of dollars and you operating with billions of dollars, that means you can take out of them billions of dollars a couple million for yourself and live on the hog. And that's what these individuals doing, which they end with the elite Edomites to oppress and keep blind the Israelites. Now when you look at Psalms 73 verse 3, it say, "For I was envious at the foolish when I saw the prosperity of the wicked." See, these individuals got a major property in Brooklyn, New York, and that's the most expensive real estate pretty much in the world. You see, but Yahushua in the gospel, he let it be known. Let me get, let's see here, Matthew, is it 19? Matthew 19 and 22, it say, "But when the young man heard that saying, he went away sorrowful, for he had great possessions." 23, "Then said Yahushua unto his disciples, Verily I say unto you, that a rich man shall hardly enter into the kingdom of heaven." For 24, "And again I say unto you, it is easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter into the kingdom of God." So why would these individuals be chosen to be the bride of Yahushua? and for him to reveal his secrets to them, because that's the claim that they're making, even though they trying to say they're not inspired. But the people that he's gonna be working through is inspired. So they double talking, and through the Spirit, the angel set them up to deceive, because the Lord in Job, let me get that in Job, because I don't want to make this statement without proving what I'm saying. Job, let's see here. Job chapter 12 verse 16, it say, with him is strength and wisdom. Talking about the Most High, Yahweh. The deceived and the deceiver are his. So he set these dragons up for people that don't want to accept the truth. They would believe a lie. It's a strong delusion, like in 2 Thessalonians, the 2nd chapter, verse 11. It's the strong delusion for people who want to ignore the prophecies about the nation of Edom, who's going to be ruling. And so that's one of the main things that's really catching most people's up, that these individuals are fooling. Now, let me get, let's see here, the gospel, or the good news that Yahushua was giving out. I think it's in Luke. Let me get Luke chapter 4. Luke chapter 4 verse 18, it say, the Spirit of the Lord is come upon me, because he hath anointed me to preach the good news, or the gospel, to the poor. Not to Jehovah's wickedness, to the poor. He has sent me to heal the brokenhearted, to preach deliverance to the captive, the slaves, not to free Edomites that's free in America, that's not under another nation besides their own nation of Edom, and recovering the sight to the blind, to set at liberty them that are bruised. And so these dragons never been bruised. Even if there was a poor man, you still living in your nation. You're not an Israelite living in somebody else's nation as a captive. You didn't come over here on a slave ship. And the only member that might have came on a slave ship, he joined in 99 just to make y'all look good. Now, let's get Luke chapter 6. Luke chapter 6. Let's see here. Starting at verse 20. Is it 24? Verse 24. But woe unto you that are rich, for ye have received your constellation. The Edomites, they have received their kingdom. See, destruction is going to come to them because they already received what they was promised, their blessing. They received it. Let's see here. Yeah, that's the main one. Destruction unto you that are rich. And that's the Jehovah's wickedness. But they acting like they're poor when they sitting on billions of dollars. They can renovate their properties. And then, not only that, let me get this before I run out of time. Let's see here. Now in Canada, they ranked them at 18th in donations. People's giving them donation back in 2016. What's that? 5 years ago. So if you getting that every year, what's that? 500 million right there. So these people are, and see, you see how they titled it. They are one of Canada's wealthiest and least transparent charity. So they're not even telling Canada everything that they need to tell Canada, but they're giving them something, and the number that they're giving them, making them rank at the top of all the charities that's in Canada. And they got headquarters all over the world, or they got a lot of headquarters in Africa, in certain wealthy places in the world, and pulling the wealth out of them nations. And so these dragons, they not fooling nobody, but the ones that do not want to believe the truth, that want to reject the truth, because they want to believe the lie that the white man is not Esau, Edom, and the devil that the Bible speak of. See, they in love with the slave master, and that's why they fool most of the Israelites. But most of the Edomites know that there is a cult. They running cult strategies and mind control strategies that if you leave them, they bash you and shun you and bad talk you, and then they always bad talking other religions or other people that's doing the same thing they doing. But when somebody do it to them, then it's, oh, we don't talk to these individuals, and it's a major problem. You see, but the whole time when they was knocking on people's doors, they was talking about how other religions wasn't living up to the Bible and want you to have a conversation with them. But when it comes to having a conversation about what they got going on, they don't want to have that conversation. And let me get that, because this is the main thing that they do. And it shows you all about them. Let's see here, Proverbs chapter, is it 28? Proverbs 28 and 1. It said, the wicked flee when no man pursueth, but the righteous are bold as a lion. You see, you get in a conversation with these individuals about their organization, they gonna flee. They gonna shut the conversation down. They gonna hit the road. See, they not bold to defend their doctrine, defend the truth. See, because that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to be ready to defend the truth. But they not ready. And the only thing they doing is going ready to run away because they're wicked. That's why we call them Jehovah's Witnesses. Out of all the people, they the ones that's gonna run and hit the road. Even the ones that's totally false prophets and teaching all kind of stuff, their members will sit there and listen to what you got to say. But these individuals, no, they gonna hit the road because they running they mind control situation with the ultimate example of a cult, where you can't talk against them, but they can talk against everybody else. But the scriptures prove that they are not any kind of they're not approved in any kind of way, because first of all, they're filthy rich. They connected to the elite bankers. They connected to the Masons, the UN, the visible United Nations, the coalition of the beasts, because all of them are beasts, but that's just a coalition coalition of the beasts. And the main beast is the elite bankers in America. And these individuals holding major property in these countries, in Europe, in Russia, in America. They holding major assets, and so they are off the radar just by that alone, by the income that these people bring in and possess. Yahweh Shah said he's coming back for the poor, for the slaves, and for those individuals that's brokenhearted, not no rich people that don't never have to work a job, that's living in some compound, what they call it, Bethel, some compound where you don't have to work a job. All you do is clean up and live there and eat and read books. A huge library. You live in a library and clean up the library. That's not the peoples that he coming for. He coming for the slaves, poor slaves that's from the nation of Israel, because them the ones that haven't received their blessing yet, and they gonna get an everlasting blessing. When you go into Isaiah 45:17, Israel shall have an everlasting salvation, or they're gonna be a world without an end. See, this world of Esau gonna end when you go into 2nd Esdras 6 and 9. It tells you Esau is the end of the world. His world is gonna end. And so these individuals are set up to hide that fact, because you go into their publication. Let me get that real quick. They quote the Apocrypha because they know the First Maccabees 5 and 3. They know First Maccabees is pretty much identifying who the Edomites are, because Judas was fighting against the Greeks, who later became the Romans. And so this verse lets you know that he was fighting the children of Edom, children of Esau. So it identifies who the so-called white man is. So they threw this in their publications, even though they reject the whole Apocrypha. They don't put that in none of their publications or books. But to prove that they not the Edomites, they had to go to the Apocrypha to try to pull that out of there, because they know once if they members get a hold to the Apocrypha, then they gonna see who is the devil. That they are the devil, deceiving the people that's donating the money. See, that's the main thing, because the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, who are the descendants of slaves and Israelites, them be the ones that pack their kingdom hall and give them most participation. And that's what they wrote in their early publication, that the blacks, they call it, was very submissive. So they was always trying to cater to these submissive people. But they understood that they were the Israelites, and they still understand that. They just some Edomites that's lying, and these Israelites want to believe the truth of a white Jesus, and the Israelites was white peoples or Edomites, and the Lord is got the angel on them where he not gonna let them off, because that's what they want to believe. So he letting this lie exist, and so to be a stumbling block to them, because they don't want to believe the truth, because the truth is in their face and it's all over the place. And so, like he said, they have ears to hear, but they don't hear what's out here. They got eyes to see, but they don't see nothing that's going on. They just blind to the fact. But I'm going to leave it there. All praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rekakadash. Double honors to the elders pushing the truth. Peace to the elect worldwide. Our kingdom is at hand. Shalom.